Germany has made a historic decision. It is sending significant military aid to Ukraine. This marks a major shift in Germany's foreign policy. For decades, Germany has avoided sending weapons to conflict zones. This decision comes after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The invasion has been met with international condemnation. Germany's move is a sign of its commitment to supporting Ukraine. It also reflects the seriousness of the situation in Ukraine. Germany and Ukraine share a complex history. During World War II, Nazi Germany occupied Ukraine. This period saw immense suffering and loss of life in Ukraine. The legacy of this conflict has cast a long shadow over German-Ukrainian relations. After the war, Germany maintained a policy of neutrality. It avoided taking sides in international conflicts. This policy was rooted in its history. Germany wanted to prevent further bloodshed. However, Russia's invasion of Ukraine has forced Germany to rethink its position. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine is deeply rooted. Ukraine was once part of the Soviet Union. After the Soviet Union's collapse in 1991, Ukraine became an independent nation. However, Russia has never fully accepted Ukraine's independence. Russia views Ukraine as a buffer zone. It wants to prevent Ukraine from joining NATO. NATO is a military alliance between North American and European countries. Russia sees NATO expansion as a threat to its security. Germany's decision to send military aid to Ukraine is significant. It marks a turning point in Germany's foreign policy. It also has the potential to impact the course of the conflict. Germany's aid package includes advanced weapons systems. These weapons will bolster Ukraine's defenses against Russia's military offensive. The aid sends a strong message of support to Ukraine. It also signals to Russia that its aggression will not be tolerated. Section 5. Bolstering Ukraine's defenses, what the aid provides. Germany's military aid will significantly enhance Ukraine's defense capabilities. The aid package includes a range of weapons and equipment. These include anti-tank missiles, anti-aircraft systems, and ammunition. Germany is also providing financial assistance to Ukraine. This funding will help Ukraine purchase additional military equipment. It will also support Ukraine's economy, which has been severely impacted by the conflict. Section 6. Russia responds. Anticipating the Kremlin's next move, Russia has condemned Germany's decision to send military aid to Ukraine. It has warned that the move will escalate the conflict. Russia has also threatened to retaliate against countries that provide military support to Ukraine. It remains to be seen how Russia will respond to Germany's decision. Russia could increase its military offensive in Ukraine. It could also target countries that are providing aid to Ukraine. Section 7. The world reacts. International implications of Germany's decision. Germany's decision to send military aid to Ukraine has been met with mixed reactions from the international community. This move marks a significant shift in Germany's foreign policy, which has traditionally been more cautious regarding military involvement. The decision comes at a time when the world is closely watching the developments in Eastern Europe, and it has sparked a wide range of responses from various countries and international organizations. Some countries have praised Germany's decision. They view it as a bold and necessary step to support Ukraine in its struggle against Russian aggression. Leaders from countries such as the United States, the United Kingdom, and several Eastern European nations have expressed their approval, stating that Germany's support is crucial in maintaining the balance of power in the region. They believe that this move will send a strong message to Russia that the international community stands united in its support for Ukraine. They see it as a necessary step to support Ukraine and deter further Russian aggression. The military aid provided by Germany includes advanced weaponry, logistical support, and training for Ukrainian forces. This assistance is expected to bolster Ukraine's defense capabilities and enhance its ability to resist Russian advances. Additionally, the aid is seen as a way to strengthen the resolve of other countries in the region, encouraging them to stand firm against potential threats from Russia. Other countries have expressed concern that Germany's decision could escalate the conflict. Nations such as China and India have voiced their apprehensions, arguing that increased military involvement could lead to a dangerous escalation of tensions. They worry that the provision of military aid might provoke a stronger response from Russia, potentially leading to a broader conflict that could engulf the entire region. These countries advocate for a more diplomatic approach to resolving the crisis, emphasizing the need for dialogue and negotiation. They fear that it could lead to a wider war in Europe. The possibility of a larger conflict has put Europe on high alert, with many countries reassessing their own security measures and defense strategies. The potential for a wider war has also raised concerns about the economic and humanitarian impacts that such a conflict could bring. European leaders are now faced with the challenge of balancing their support for Ukraine with the need to prevent further escalation and maintain stability in the region. The decision has also highlighted divisions within NATO over how to respond to Russia's aggression. While some member states are in favor of taking a more assertive stance, others are wary of provoking Russia and prefer a more cautious approach. This internal debate within NATO reflects the broader complexities of the situation, as member countries grapple with the best course of action to address the ongoing crisis. The differing opinions within NATO underscore the challenges of achieving a unified response to the threat posed by Russia, and the need for continued dialogue and cooperation among member states. Section 8. A new era of German foreign policy. Germany's decision to send military aid to Ukraine marks a significant shift in its foreign policy. This move is not just a simple act of support, but a profound statement that Germany is ready to take on a more proactive role on the global stage. The decision to provide military aid to Ukraine is a clear departure from its long-standing policy of military restraint, which has been a cornerstone of German foreign policy for decades. For decades, Germany has adhered to a policy of military restraint. This approach was deeply influenced by the events of the 20th century, particularly the devastation of World War II. The horrors of the war left an indelible mark on the German psyche, leading to a national commitment to peace and non-aggression. This commitment was further solidified by the pacifist movements that gained momentum in the post-war years, advocating for a Germany that would never again be a military aggressor. This policy was rooted in its history and its commitment to pacifism. The German constitution, known as the Basic Law, enshrines this commitment, emphasizing the importance of peace and the rejection of war as a means of resolving conflicts. Over the years, Germany has built a reputation as a nation that prioritizes diplomacy and peaceful resolution of disputes. This stance has been a defining feature of its identity on the international stage. However, Russia's invasion of Ukraine has forced Germany to rethink its position. The aggression displayed by Russia has posed a direct threat not only to Ukraine, but to the stability and security of Europe as a whole. In response, Germany has had to confront the reality that its traditional policy of restraint may no longer be sufficient in the face of such blatant acts of aggression. The invasion has sparked intense debates within Germany about the need to balance its historical commitment to peace with the necessity of defending democratic values and international order. The decision to send military aid to Ukraine suggests that Germany is willing to take a more assertive role in international affairs. This shift indicates a recognition that in order to protect its interests and uphold its values, Germany must be prepared to take decisive action, even if it means stepping away from its traditional stance of military restraint. The move has been met with both support and criticism, reflecting the complex and evolving nature of Germany's foreign policy landscape. It also indicates a willingness to use military force to defend its interests and values. By providing military aid to Ukraine, Germany is signaling to the world that it is ready to stand up against aggression and support its allies in times of crisis. This new era of German foreign policy represents a significant transformation, one that acknowledges the changing dynamics of global politics and the need for a more robust and proactive approach to international security. Section 9. The long road ahead. Uncertain future for Ukraine. The situation in Ukraine remains fluid and uncertain. The ongoing conflict has left the nation in a state of constant vigilance. Ukrainian soldiers continue to patrol the streets, ensuring the safety of civilians amidst the chaos. The presence of military forces in urban areas is a stark reminder of the ever-present threat. Russia's invasion has caused immense suffering and displacement. Families have been torn apart, with many seeking refuge in neighboring countries. The destruction of homes and infrastructure has forced countless individuals to seek shelter in subways and makeshift camps. The humanitarian crisis is growing, with each passing day bringing new challenges for those affected. The conflict has also had a devastating impact on Ukraine's economy and infrastructure. Factories lie empty, roads and bridges are in ruins, and the once thriving economy is now struggling to survive. The cost of rebuilding will be immense, and the road to recovery will be long and arduous. The economic toll is felt not just within Ukraine but also by its trading partners in the global market. Germany's decision to send military aid to Ukraine is a positive development. This aid includes advanced weaponry, medical supplies, and logistical support, which are crucial for bolstering Ukraine's defense capabilities. The international community's support is vital in ensuring that Ukraine can stand firm against aggression. It will provide much-needed support to Ukraine's defense forces. The arrival of new equipment and supplies has boosted the morale of Ukrainian troops, who are now better equipped to defend their homeland. This aid is a testament to the solidarity and commitment of allies in supporting Ukraine's sovereignty. However, it is important to note that military aid alone will not end the conflict. The fighting continues, with skirmishes breaking out in various regions. Tanks and heavy artillery are a common sight, and the sound of gunfire echoes through the streets. The resilience of the Ukrainian people is commendable, but the path to peace remains elusive. A peaceful resolution to the conflict will require diplomatic efforts and a willingness to compromise from all parties involved. International peace negotiations are ongoing, with world leaders meeting to discuss potential solutions. The hope is that through dialogue and mutual understanding, a lasting peace can be achieved. The future of Ukraine depends on the success of these diplomatic efforts and the collective will to end the violence.